Hey, what's going on, guys? PhongVLG back again. I know I've been quite MIA here on YouTube, but at Instagram I've been actually the most active for once. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, here's a link again, or here is the @. Make sure you guys follow me on there if you guys want to be the most up-to-date, the most present, and just see kind of where I'm at and what new mods are with the SI before it hits YouTube. I'm coming back. It's been a quite busy few months, which I'm gonna explain to you guys, but we're here in the garage. We do have the SI over there to our side, so if you guys can see, there she is in all her glory. And I know the garage is a mess, so please ignore that, but there are a lot of new goodies and a lot of new things that I want to first show you guys, and then I'm gonna go and explain about, well, you guys already know from the title of the video, the final numbers. So without further ado, let me show you guys what's new. We do have new rotors, courtesy of R1 Concepts. We just got their slotted there, as you guys can see. And then I did change out the brake pads with their semi-metallic. Their Sport Performance is the top of the line for that. But unfortunately, they didn't have that for the rears. But we did get the Sport pads for the front, and then same thing, slotted rotors for the rear, or for the front as well. So it's a nice combo. I know with all the power, I've been needing stopping power, and we finally got that thanks to R1 Concepts. I just put them on. It's been a few days of me driving it, and so far I don't want to give a full review just yet, so let me just drive them out for a little bit and I'll let you guys know how I feel about it. But today's video, we're going to talk about those final numbers and what has been going on. Quick, just to add, courtesy of Jasmine, we actually have changed the theme for the SI to purple. So let me know what you guys think of that new valve cover. To me, this thing is looking fire. One person actually pointed out to me it gave them HKS vibes, and I didn't even think about it that way, but to me it looks awesome. This is again courtesy of Jasmine, aka BCD. So as you guys can see the logo there. If you guys do want a custom valve cover, definitely hit up Jasmine, let her know Phong sent you. She does multiple colors, and she just doesn't do it for 10 gens, she can do it for any other car as well. So make sure to hit her up on, or DM her. I'll post her Instagram link right here and in the description below as well. But thank you, Jasmine, for this custom one of one purple valve cover. This is the new theme, guys. Some may hate it, some may love it. It does pair off with my oil cap right here from Acuity, and it's a lot of big plans. I'm gonna do subtle purple, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna try to make this thing look out of proportion, but that's the plan. All right, so the moment you guys have been waiting for, final numbers. Let me go ahead and dive in real quick. I believe I gotta apologize to you guys because on Instagram and on YouTube, I've said it a little bit too early about this, but me showing that footage of me on the dyno, I feel like was too early and too false, because I did expect to hopefully get some final numbers, and I think we lingered on that we were going to finish out and get some final numbers. But what ended up happening is we didn't get a finish on the dyno, and B, weren't even on the dyno fully just to try and get final numbers. So with this whole process, I hope you guys understand that it takes time to tune, and at some points it could take an extra day. So we did plan on actually going back, but now everything was at a halt because these past few weeks we actually had to figure something out. So I guess it's gonna be story time. Let me explain. So first and foremost, after the transmission build, which is solid, feels great, as you guys already know, I noticed there was always there was some sort of loss in power from the car. I didn't know if it was some sort of leak or what was going on. I just thought maybe it's a placebo in my head, or I don't know. I was kind of in denial of trying to really solve the issue. So then I jumped over to my boy Nick, and we actually ended up dynoing it on the K-powered dyno, as you guys already know, and kind of trialing it there. We were trying to see if we can figure out an issue while we were dyno tuning the car, and at first the car was making some good power, but then there was points where the car would end up losing power, and we couldn't really figure it out. We couldn't pinpoint it, but through our trials we did try to see if there was any leaks. I thought maybe it was a popped charge pipe or something like that, and although we were on there, we couldn't figure it out. I don't know where this leak was coming from. We had to discover it outside of that, and as we're on the dyno, it just took way too long. So we ended up finishing so late at night that we had to put everything at a halt and then head back home. And as I was just basically driving, I had to kind of configure what these symptoms are and see if it progressively got worse. So as we kept driving the car, I tried to focus on other things like actually just checking out everything. Like we checked out the coolant, and I noticed it was a bit low, so I added more coolant. I thought, okay, well, I've had this built engine has, let me just say, we've been driving on it for about 15,000 miles, and so I thought, okay, maybe it's just low. So I filled her up, got max coolant in there, and then I just kept driving. And then over time, the car started to kind of start not idling, but whenever I'd start her up, it was actually pretty rough. So it kind of sounded like a Boxster engine. It was pretty loud rumble when I would first start her up. And I was kind of in denial to the fact that maybe it was a blown head gasket. Who knew? So I tried to figure it out, and after countless days, I did see the symptoms get worse. I started focusing for white smoke in the rear, and I noticed some days there would be some white smoke and some days there wouldn't. And then the other factor was checking the coolant again after a few days, and I noticed it kind of drop a little. Now I know what you guys are saying. This is a big sign, it's a blown head gasket. I was in huge denial because I really did not want it to be a big blown head gasket. But what really kind of confirmed that case for me after driving again, because I would take this car as my daily once again, after driving again, was after a few more days passed, the car started to misfire. And it wasn't misfiring before, and at first I wanted to think it was spark plugs, but there would be no way. It was just off the bat, every symptom just made sense. It was a blown head gasket. And the moment it misfired, I would assume that the leak expanded now at this point, and that's when I figured, great. If I gave it load, if I gave it boost, that's when it misfired. So that's when I should have known it was a blown head gasket. So in order for me to confirm this for myself, I actually called my buddy Nick, aka Also Sick Media, and told him all the symptoms that now I've been experiencing after this trial run after the dyno, trying to figure it out. And yes, he confirmed it himself. It's a blown head gasket. He said, I put money on it, it's a blown head gasket. So I'm gonna believe off of his word. So what ended up happening was, thanks to Lewis, as you guys remember, went to his shop for the maintenance kind of just run for the SI, did the oil and the transmission fluid. And I had them check it out, and I said, hey bro, Nick says it's a blown head gasket. I believe it's a blown head gasket. Let's do this. So actually, thanks to Lewis, him and Sergio, aka Lucifer FC1, pop it up right here, they actually took the entire engine out. We left the transmission alone because it only has about 5,000 miles on the built trans. So what ended up happening was, after taking out the engine, and remember this engine already has 15,000 miles just on the built engine, so it's been some time, they decided after taking everything apart, let's inspect it. And so we inspected the rods, pistons, make sure everything was still solid, and what come to find, of course, was a blown head gasket. So I'm glad it wasn't anything else. I'm glad that we were able to fix it. And while they were at it, they actually inspected just the rest of the block to make sure we were good before we threw it back in, and any other issues that we would see prior to putting the engine back in. So actually, thanks to Lewis and Sergio, aka VCD Racing, pop it up again right there for you guys, they got it all fixed up. So we changed the head gasket, actually got new ARP head studs to make sure that thing was sealed properly. I didn't want to reuse my old ones, and usually when you change the head gasket, you want to get brand new head studs. So we ended up doing that, and it was actually solid. I think after all that, the car has never felt so much more 100% than it's ever felt until we actually changed that. And on top of that, while we were at it, since I had the block out and it was out for a few days, I actually took the injectors and I went to my buddy Nitriga, if you guys remember, with the 370Z. Pop it right here. He actually does injector cleaning, so if you guys need injector cleaning, hit him up. But we took those injectors and we checked them and inspect them. They were kind of dirty, but not too dirty. You know, with E85, you want to clean them out. So did they have to be cleaned? For those who are asking, no, they didn't. But we ended up doing it anyways because it's like, why not? And I got the injectors all cleaned up. And then before we threw the engine in, we obviously got that back on. So we got new injectors, or not new injectors, cleaned injectors. Head gasket replaced with new ARP head studs. Everything was solid. The whole process went smooth. And then on top of that, we put on the R1 concept brakes. So we got the new rotors, new pads. And then I actually put on the Hasport rear motor mount. We actually only put the 62A because I didn't have access to a 92A. but the 62A is doing solid. It is shaky and rattly, but I like it. And it makes sure the engine's still. So we just did that for the rear motor mount. I'm actually looking to purchase the whole 92A kit, so for the sides and then for the rear as well. But for now, we're just gonna settle out with that. And after that all was said and done, I mean, leaving and starting up the car, first startup right here. Everything was solid. Everything was good. I'm very happy with what we discovered and what we found out, and I'm actually glad that I had a buddy like Lewis to help me out too. He specializes in 10th gen cars, so if you guys already know, if you're in the East LA area or just in LA area in general, or just SoCal, I guess, hit him up, Lewis FC3, or actually no, it's a VCD Racing now. He actually did all that, guys. He tore apart my entire engine, fixed it all back up together, changed out the head gasket, and they were kind enough to inspect everything. So if you guys are looking to do some 10th gen work, obviously not pulling out your block, but if you guys need any help, just let Lewis know Phong sent you. Hit him up here on VCD Racing, and they'll go ahead and take care of you guys. But again, thanks to them, we got this all fixed up. The car was coming back together, and then on top of that, his girl got the purple valve cover, which I'm so in love with. And now the next step is to, was to go back to the dyno. Now the only reason I say was, and I know you guys are wondering, why is he saying was? After configuring and after being on that dyno trying to make power, pulling out the engine, inspecting everything, we inspected the turbo, and I'll show you guys an image, but there is a slight crack here. So again, this is a drop-in turbo from PureTurbos, and it was doing so solid, so great. It actually had so much more room to go because we still didn't max it out. But what I did max out on is that stock housing. The OEM housing from Honda, although this is remember it's a drop-in turbo, so we bored it out, put a bigger wheel in to make more power, but the housing itself is at its limit. And I can get another PureTurbos and go on the dyno again, but who says that we might not crack the housing once again? So as you guys can see, near the wastegate, it's already cracking, and obviously with heat it could expand, and over time it's going to progressively get worse. So I think drop-ins are out of the factor here for me, and it's time to move on. And I think a lot of people are going to be happy about this, but to a bigger turbo, I don't know why I coughed trying to say that, but a Garrett turbo. The Garrett turbo is definitely going to be the next move. I'm going to see here soon if I can get one as soon as possible, because of the fact that I'm already at a limit with the housing, and obviously with this cracked turbo I can't be doing anything right now. I barely even want to drive the car because of the factor of that. It's still safe, and the car still gets some boost, but obviously we're not making as much power as we want to now because of that, and so we have to move on from that. So my goal is to actually get the Garrett turbo here soon enough. Hopefully in the next video or so, you guys will see it in my hands. And we're gonna go back to Lewis's shop and pop that bad boy in, because we're not done, guys. I thought I was done. I thought I was gonna just chill for a second, but after being on that dyno, I'm not done. I wanna be faster. So Garrett's coming soon. Garrett's on the way. So I hope that kind of makes you guys feel better and kind of replaces for the people who wanted those final numbers to understand that those numbers are non-existent anyways, because we're going to be putting in another turbo and aiming for even more. So stay tuned for that, guys. That's coming soon. A lot to go with the build, and I don't know. I can't give up on this little 1.5 liter. It's so much fun. It's so exciting. And I think with a bunch of support from you guys, it keeps me going. So thank you guys. I know I always say this, and I'm sorry for always being MIA here with YouTube. It's just kind of struggling because I'm trying to balance out my real life and my YouTube life and my real life, my outside life and my YouTube life, my Instagram life, just all these social media platforms, because I feel like everything's kind of coming to me at once. But I just want to really thank you guys, because we've grown so far to be at the level we are now, and to be as far as we are now, to make the connections and relationships that we built now, to see where we are now on YouTube. And it just, I don't know, it's a surreal feeling. The fan base is amazing where you guys are. When I go to some of these events and I get to meet some of you guys and kind of see you guys come up to me and just tell me, hey, I watch your videos. It's very impactful to me, because I've never really thought that I get to this point in my YouTube, I guess, career to actually have the chance and have the opportunity to have somebody say that to me. So your guys' motivation, your guys' support, everything that you guys do, from the channel, from the comments, from the outside of just the YouTube atmosphere, of you guys saying hi to me and telling me about my YouTube videos and telling me how you guys feel about that stuff, it's a lot to take in. I don't know, I can't really express it with words, but I just want to say that because of you guys, because of the motivation here, we are this far with the SI build. We are this far of what I want to be in the channel, and on top of that, we're still going. As you guys already know, we've gone through a lot with this car, and most people would give up and just say F it. I mean, I probably would have had a Type R by now, but because of you guys, I couldn't give up on this platform. Because of you guys, I truly felt the need to keep pursuing this platform and taking it as the underdog platform. If I get an R, it's not going to be the same, but because I had the SI and doing what I do, it actually feels more rewarding. So it's just, I don't know, I'm at a loss of words of what I can really explain and say. And I know I sometimes do this in a few of my videos, but I really just want you guys to know how thankful I am. It's just, yeah, it's crazy. So we're currently, as of this video, at 11,000 subscribers. I think 11.3 thousand, so 11,300. And I hope in the future I see we are hopefully at 50,000 or 100,000. This is going to be just a great milestone to look back at, to see us ever hit that goal. So I truly just want to say thank you guys. I'm sorry I'm not as active on YouTube recently, and I hope you guys understand my dilemmas, because I was trying to figure out with this car. But I promise you the content moving forward is going to be a lot more exciting. I've already gave you guys the edge of the big turbo kit coming in soon. So just know and expect that we're not giving up, and this channel is not going anywhere. So yeah. Again, I just want to give a shout out to my boy Lewis, aka BCD Racing. He really helped out in fixing the issues and really brought back the SI again to live again, guys. I know, but seriously, thanks to him, we were able to get that done. So if you guys need any 10 gen work done, along from coils or even building a block, he actually can build a block too. So if you guys need any of that work done, go ahead and hit him up here on Instagram and let him know Phong sent you. He'll take care of you, help you out. And again, he does do a lot of 10 gens. He has a 10 gen himself, and I think I've actually posted in the previous vlog before. Yeah, the previous one. So definitely hit him up, guys. On top of that, one other shout out to Jasmine. So check her out on Instagram if you guys want a custom valve cover just like mine here. Again, she does multiple colors, and she doesn't just strictly stick with 10 gens. She can do any other car you have. I know not everybody who follows me are just 10 gen owners, but if you guys do want a specialized colored valve cover, go ahead and DM her and just let her know Phong sent you. Again, she'll take care of you guys and get you all that stuff. Just again, huge shout out to you guys. You guys are the best. Your guys' support is contagious, and I can never stop giving up because of you. So starting my words, I'm speaking too fast. But as always, family, I just want to say keep grinding, stay humble, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys.